The question of what it means to live a good life is one of the oldest and most important in philosophy. Is the good life about pleasure, success, or something deeper? Over centuries, different thinkers have answered things in many ways, shaping our understanding of happiness, purpose, and fulfillment today. Exploring these ideas reveals how living well depends on how we think about ourselves, our choices, and the world around us. Aristotle's concept of eudaimonia is central to Western philosophy's answer to the good life. Translated roughly as flourishing or human flourishing, eudaimonia is not simply a feeling of happiness or pleasure. Instead, it is a state of living in accordance with reason and virtue over the course of a full life. Aristotle argued that every being has a function, and the function of humans is rational activity. To live well is to fulfill that function excellently by developing virtues such as courage, temperance, wisdom, and justice. This means cultivating good habits and acting virtuously in everyday life. Happiness is a natural outcome of this life of virtue, but it cannot be the direct goal. The good life requires effort, practice, and balance. Too much or too little of any virtue is harmful. For Aristotle, the best life is active, meaningful, and reflective, aimed at achieving one's full potential. However, the Stoics, such as Seneca, Epicurus, and Marcus Aurelius, approached the good life from a different angle, focusing on how to live well despite life's uncertainties and challenges. For them, living a good life means mastering the art of control. They distinguished between what is within our control, our own thoughts, beliefs, and actions, and what is outside our control, external events, other people's opinions, and fate. The key to peace of mind and happiness is to focus energy only on what we can influence, while calmly accepting what we cannot change. This mindset leads to resilience in the face of hardship, freedom from destructive passions, and living in harmony with nature and reason. The Stoic good life is not about escaping difficulty, but facing life with courage, discipline, and equanimity. Existential thinkers like Jean-Paul Sartre and Albert Camus confronted the idea that life has no predetermined meaning. They argued that the universe is indifferent, and any meaning we find must come from ourselves. In this view, the good life is about authenticity and personal responsibility. Since there is no given purpose, each individual must create meaning through their choices, actions, and commitments. This requires courage because it involves facing the burden of defining who we are. Living authentically means accepting the absurdity of existence and refusing to rely on external systems or traditions to provide value. The good life, then, is an ongoing project of self-creation, where freedom and choice are both empowering and demanding. Beyond these major traditions, other philosophies offer valuable insights on living well. For example, utilitarianism defines the good life in terms of maximizing happiness and minimizing suffering for the greatest number. Eastern philosophies like Buddhism emphasize overcoming attachment and desire to attain internal peace and enlightenment, suggesting the good life is found through mindfulness and compassion. These perspectives remind us that living well can involve harmony with others, balance of mind and body, and attention to both individual and collective flourishing. Across all traditions, living a good life is more than a momentary feeling. It is about the choices we make, the values we uphold, and the way we engage with the world, whether through virtue, acceptance, or self-created meaning. The good life requires reflection, effort, and ongoing commitment.